Imagine for a moment the quiet of deep space. It's a silent, endless black, punctuated by the fierce light of, well, a billion stars. Out here, time and distance just kind of lose their meaning. Galaxies spin like cosmic hurricanes, and nebulae bloom like these impossible flowers of gas and dust. It really is a canvas of unimaginable scale. And somewhere, in a quiet corner of one of these galaxies, on a small blue world, we ask a question. It's a question that's haunted us since we first looked up at the night sky. A question that echoes in our myths, our science, and honestly, in our deepest dreams. Are we alone? Is this vast, magnificent emptiness truly empty? Or is something else out there looking back and maybe asking the same question? To truly grasp the question of alien life, we really have to confront the sheer scale of everything. Our sun is just one star. One among, well, an estimated 400 billion stars in our own galaxy, the Milky Way. If you were to count every single star in our galaxy, one per second, it would take you over 12,000 years. Our home is just a single grain of sand on an infinite cosmic beach, a scale that's both humbling and, honestly, profoundly exciting. Through our most powerful telescopes like Hubble and the James Webb, we've peered into the deep black. What we found is absolutely staggering. We estimate there are at least 2 trillion galaxies in the observable universe. 2 trillion. Each one a swirling island of hundreds of billions of stars. The number is, well, beyond comprehension. Science now tells us that planets are not rare, they're common. Almost every star we look at has planets orbiting it. We call them exoplanets. We found giant planets larger than Jupiter, and small, rocky worlds like our own. Some orbit so close to their star that their surfaces are just molten seas. Others are frozen wanderers cast out in the eternal night between stars. But some are in what we call the Goldilocks zone. Not too hot, not too cold. Just right for liquid water to exist on their surface. And where there's water, there's the potential for life. For centuries, we've looked to our celestial neighbor Mars with a special kind of wonder. It's the one world in our solar system that feels familiar yet alien. Its red deserts, polar ice caps, and wispy clouds seem to echo our own planet's landscapes. Early astronomers, peering through primitive telescopes, imagined they saw canals, evidence of a dying civilization struggling to survive. Today, that dream is being pursued not with imagination, but with the cold, hard tools of science. Our robotic emissaries, rovers like Curiosity and Perseverance, are our eyes and hands on Mars. They've sent back breathtaking images and invaluable data, and what they've found has transformed our understanding of the planet's history. Mars was not always the cold, dry desert we see today. Billions of years ago, it was a very different world. It had a thicker atmosphere, it was warmer, and it had water. Not just a little water, but vast oceans, deep lakes, and winding river deltas. The evidence is carved into the very rock. We see ancient shorelines, dried-up riverbeds, and minerals that could only have formed in the presence of liquid water. The hunt is on for fossils. Not the bones of giant Martian dinosaurs, but the microscopic signatures of bacteria. The Perseverance rover is currently drilling into the rocks of the Jezero crater, an ancient lake bed that's a prime candidate for preserving such evidence. It's collecting samples that will one day be returned to Earth for analysis in our most advanced laboratories. If we were to find definitive proof that life once existed on Mars, it would be one of the most significant discoveries in human history. It would tell us that life is not a unique miracle of Earth. For generations, the subject of unidentified flying objects, or UFOs, was pretty much a taboo. It was the domain of conspiracy theorists and late-night radio shows. But something has changed. The whispers have escaped the fringe and are now echoing in the most secure corridors of power. The Pentagon, the heart of the United States military, has officially entered the conversation. In recent years, they've declassified reports and videos, confirming that their pilots, some of the most highly trained observers in the world, are encountering objects in our skies that they just can't identify. These aren't just UFOs anymore. They're now referred to as Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena, or UAPs. The testimonies are startling. Fighter pilots flying multi-million-dollar jets describe seeing objects with no visible means of propulsion, no wings, no engines, no exhaust plumes. These objects perform maneuvers that seem to defy our known laws of physics. They can accelerate to hypersonic speeds in an instant, stop on a dime, and make sudden right-angle turns that would crush any human pilot. The videos, captured by advanced military sensors, show grainy, tic-tac-shaped objects and dark cubes zipping through the sky. The data is real. The sightings are real. The Pentagon's UAP task force has been established to investigate these encounters. Their preliminary reports are cautious, but they do not rule anything out. They've stated that some of these phenomena could be advanced technology from a rival nation like China or Russia. Others could be atmospheric clutter, weather balloons, or tricks of our own sensor equipment. But there is a small yet significant number of cases that remain truly anomalous, cases for which there is no earthly explanation. This is where the conversation turns towards the extraordinary. If our galaxy is teeming with planets and the odds suggest that life should be common, then honestly, we are faced with a chilling paradox. It was first articulated by the physicist Enrico Fermi during a casual lunch back in 1950. He simply asked, "Where is everybody?" This question has become known as the Fermi Paradox, and it really highlights a deep and unsettling contradiction. The universe is ancient, about 13.8 billion years old. There has been more than enough time for countless civilizations to arise, evolve, and, spread across the galaxy. Some of them should be millions or even billions of years older than we are. Their technology would be, indistinguishable from magic to us. So, why the silence? If the galaxy is full of intelligent life, we should see signs of it everywhere. We should see their massive engineering projects, like Dyson spheres built around stars to capture their energy. Yet, when we look out into the cosmos, we see nothing. We hear nothing. The universe appears pristine, untouched, and honestly, eerily quiet. It is as if we are shouting into a cosmic cathedral and hearing only our own echo. This is the great silence. There are many possible and often frightening solutions to this paradox. Another more sobering idea is the Great Filter. This theory suggests that there is some barrier, some event or challenge that is so difficult to overcome that it prevents almost all civilizations from becoming interstellar. The filter ahead could be anything: nuclear war, climate collapse, a rogue artificial intelligence. It could be that any civilization that becomes advanced enough to explore the stars inevitably destroys itself first. Another possibility is that they are out there, but they are deliberately hiding from us. Perhaps there is a galactic rule of non-interference, the so-called zoo hypothesis, where they observe us like animals in a nature preserve. The question of life beyond Earth is not just a matter for science. It touches upon our deepest spiritual and philosophical beliefs. For many, the idea of life on other worlds can be, honestly, pretty challenging. If humanity was created in the image of God, what would it mean to find other intelligent beings who were not? This is a question that theologians are now beginning to seriously contemplate. Many religious thinkers, however, find no conflict between their faith and the existence of aliens. The vastness of the universe, they argue, is simply a testament to the infinite creativity of a creator. Why would a limitless God create a universe of 2 trillion galaxies just for us? Some Christian theologians, for instance, suggest that the story of salvation could be a universal one, or that God may have different plans for different worlds. Science, on the other hand, approaches the question from a different direction. It does not ask why, but how. Science looks for evidence, for testable hypotheses. For a scientist, a single fossilized microbe on Mars would be a more profound piece of evidence than any sacred text. Yet, science and spirituality are not always in opposition. Both are driven by a sense of awe and wonder. Both seek to understand the mysteries of existence. Both look at the same starry sky and feel a sense of connection to something larger than themselves. Let us engage in a thought experiment. Imagine it happens tomorrow. News breaks across the globe. It is not a fuzzy video or an ambiguous signal. It is definitive, undeniable proof. We have made contact. A message has been received or a craft has arrived. The most profound question in human history has been answered. We are not alone. After the initial shock, after the celebrations and the fear, a new question would immediately arise, one that is perhaps even more important. Are we, as a species, ready for this? Consider our own world today. We are a species divided. We are fractured by borders, by politics, by religion, and by wealth. We struggle to cooperate on global challenges like climate change and pandemics. We still wage wars over land and resources. How would we react to a presence that is fundamentally other? Would we unite as a single species, the people of Earth, finally realizing our shared identity in the face of a cosmic neighbor? Or would our old divisions and fears take over? Who would speak for Earth? What would we say? The challenges of first contact are as much about us as they are about them. The nature of the contact would matter immensely. Discovering simple alien bacteria on a moon of Jupiter would be a monumental scientific event, but it would likely not cause social upheaval. This question forces us to look in the mirror. Perhaps the great silence of the Fermi Paradox is not so much a mystery as it is a warning. Perhaps the universe is quiet because mature, wise civilizations choose not to interact with young, volatile species like our own. We stand on a precipice, gazing out into an ocean of cosmic uncertainty. The questions are as vast as the space between stars. Is the universe a lonely, sterile place, with Earth as a solitary outpost of life? Or is it a vibrant, living ecosystem, a celestial garden filled with wonders we cannot yet conceive? We have sent our probes to the rusty soil of Mars. We have turned our telescopes to worlds of fire and ice. We have listened for whispers in the static of the cosmos. Every step on this journey only deepens the mystery and honestly fuels our desire to know. The truth is, we do not have the final answer. We are still explorers in the dark, armed with flickering candles of science and curiosity. But the lack of an answer is not a failure. It is an invitation. It is a call to the next generation of scientists, dreamers, and explorers. The search for extraterrestrial life is more than just a scientific endeavor. It is a reflection of our own innate human spirit. It is the same spirit that drove our ancestors to cross oceans, to climb mountains, and to chart the unknown territories of our own world. Now that territory is the universe itself. Whether we find life or not, the search itself changes us. It humbles us. It reminds us of the incredible preciousness of our own world, this fragile blue marble suspended in the void. So the next time you look up at the night sky, past the streetlights and the haze, let your mind wander. Think of the trillions of worlds orbiting those distant points of light. Wonder what skies they have, what life might stir on their surfaces. Feel the immense scale of it all and the profound mystery of our own existence. The answer to the great question, are we alone, is still out there, waiting in the silence. The journey continues, and honestly, the greatest discoveries are yet to come. The universe is waiting, and our curiosity is the ship that will take us there.